For far too long, I've been sending out for sexier, more delicious popular films when I have a perfectly good set of movies here at home at my own big box video store. Perhaps it's high time I stop using these simply as decoration and actually watch what's on some of them. Why not? I'm surrounded by these tapes anyway. If they're not up on my shelf, then they're inside my damn jacket. Sorry, Nightmare. We're watching 2000 Maniacs today. Ooh, the box cover is very enticing. Reminds me of the time I gave someone mouth to mouth after they almost drowned in a bowl of tomato soup. But I am promised an entertaining movie here. Hot Take Magazine says it's far more entertaining than anything John Carpenter or John Landis has directed.
Ooh, edgy. Sounds like someone hasn't seen The Stupids.
But wait, starring a Playboy playmate? Ooh, the back definitely tells me this is something I'd want to jerk off to. I remember opening Playboy centerfolds and seeing graphic pictures of murder. And like Christmas morning, we gotta open this sucker up! Yes, I always ask for the biggest checkbooks. It'll stop the bullet if I get shot.
And don't tell Michael I have his video.
And how do I spell this title? The tape uses numbers, but the poster spells it out. I like this even better than the box cover. An entire town bathed in pulsing human blood, madmen crazed for carnage. Oh no, I've been promised carnage before and given nothing. Fool me once! Although this says it's gruesomely stained in blood color. Hide that from the guy from Color Me Blood Red, he'll paint a portrait with it. Now let's get on with the movie that will surely welcome good city folk like myself. Yes, I know. Turn around and go back where I came from. 2000 Maniacs is the story of what happens when some unlucky northerners get stuck in a southern ghost town that practices human sacrifice for the centennial of their town's death. Why not just let the music tell you?
And they'll quake in fear to hear this rebel yell. Yeah!
Awesome, they're playing my wedding song.
These rednecks from Pleasant Valley trick them into taking a detour. They'd be screwed either way. The other road leads to the Valley Lodge. Behold the terror of the Pleasant Valley Centennial. This song will be stuck in your head forever, as it's written by the godfather of gore himself, the movie's writer and director Herschell Gordon Lewis. And cutting to the title gives our boys some time to fix the mess they made. It's just Southern hospitality to fix the sign. We don't want everyone to get lost. Personally, I think there should be a cardboard cutout of this guy welcoming you to every town in the deep south. It's a better welcoming than this noose. You ain't welcome around these parts, David Friedman. I saw that movie you produced, The Big Snatch. I seen bigger snatches than that. The movie took 15 days to shoot and did have a much bigger budget for the director to work with than his previous films like Blood Feast. You can see that over on our archive page, thecinemasnob.com. The town gets so excited whenever they make people fall into their traps. Every move this guy makes looks like he also shit himself. They even suckered in actor William Kerwin, credited as Thomas Wood. He's a regular in Herschell's movies. He should know the ropes by now. It works out, too, that there's exactly a 2,000 people population. They'd have to spend more of the budget to fix the marketing otherwise. The movie was filmed in St. Cloud, Florida, with many of the citizens also appearing in the movie as extras. Watching this, I'm just relieved the characters from the Great Race never happened upon this town.
Now, do we string up the bunch of you? Are you going to cooperate and be the guest of honor?
The mayor of the town is played by Talkeus Talkie Blank. In his first movie, as the director was impressed by his southern voices. He'd later go on to appear in other Herschell movies too. I, for one, would be put off by this town and their weird fascination with petting the lady's hair. But whatever, she seems into it, I guess. They inform the visitors that they're the guests of honor. It means they're gonna bang your wife, bro. You come with me now. I'm gonna give you the old Stonewall Jackson. Doesn't matter the position, we're gonna be covered in gravy. You know, for a town of ghosts, they sure do keep up with modern styles and new businesses as well. They gotta earn a living and look nice. Never mind the others, I think everyone here wants to bang Tom now.
And I'm B. Miller, Tom. I'm married to that animal. Don't worry, you can always hitch a ride with me.
The hell? Why is she the one who sounds like a ghost? Damn, even I want to visit this town with a selling point like this.
Can't think of a prettier guest of honor than you. You big, handsome Yankee, you.
I am gonna get so laid. Now where's my corn dogs? There is something infectious about this flick. It is really endearing seeing how much the extras seem to be having a great time being in this, and the other actors too.
We got us some good uns. Dogged if we don't.
Not everyone wants to stay for the celebration though.
You all want to leave? You're paid.
Well, look, we're on our way to visit the Abraham Lincoln Museum, and this place is the opposite of that. It doesn't matter if you're north or south, ghost town or no ghost town, every small town has its own comedy duo.
Hot dog! Let's count you the sneaky one. Maybe we could get us a couple of private guests.
He gets up on the stage and shits his britches.
So far this seems pleasant enough, that's why the word is in the town's name. They got their own private rooms, what a party!
Such a strange little affair. It's almost like Halloween.
This is nothing like Halloween, it's more like Brigadoon.
This is better than Halloween.
Well, I'm sure this guy probably thinks so. The bed is comfortable and all, but I'm not so sure about the frames the movie keeps dropping. Johnny Boy appears annoyed, but I feel more sorry for the poor electrician who had to come install phones in the ghost town. I bet they're informing them of the all-important church schedule. It's very easy to remember. Every day is church. Actor Jerome Eden is doing a bang-up job here as Johnny. According to IMDb, he's also doubling his bee's legs. But if it's a good barbecue you want, that's why we got our sponsor here, the Spicy Kitchen. VHS tapes aren't the only thing in my jacket. The Devil's Tears hot sauce will surely bring some fire to your eyes when you're chopped up by Confederate ghosts. Visit thespicykitchen.biz, based out of Long Beach, California, where you can get yourself some delicious habanero and pineapple jam and extreme hot sauce gift sets. Just don't use it on people like in a Herschell Gordon Lewis movie. Good, we're back. Say, what's your name? Also, what's that smell? Smells like a bag of moldy biscuits in the dumpster of an abandoned Cracker Barrel. Say what you will about this hotel, they are fully stocked on their copies of Heartthrob. I'm starting to question the education system in this town. No one taught these folks not to walk straight into the camera. Not that that matters when you got these Buck Owens good looks. Doesn't matter if you got a knife in your pocket, them girls will flock to your sex appeal. You're ruining the moment. It was nice, though, that she still let him take her to see Mayor Doctor. He knows exactly how to fix this young lady up. Bring in the nurses. There, her thumb won't hurt if she ain't got no arm. Anyway, I'm not so sure I trust this barbecue they're talking about. They had no KC masterpiece at the store. On the plus side, though, clearly their education is better, with obscure facts like this.
And 100 years ago was 1865, right? What happened in 1865, Terry?
It was the end of the Civil War.
Huh, this doesn't seem like the kind of town that would be into the Civil War. Still, the poster was right in telling us about Mad Men. I can't believe I missed the episode where Don and Betty Draper got stuck in a small town and Don got the idea for KFC's marketing campaign. Tom tries talking to the people at the Chicago convention he's supposed to go to, and somehow had no idea it was this guy he was talking to the whole time. But it is an old exploitation movie, so of course it's got a live show. They couldn't book Johnny Charo from Another Son of Sam, or Mercy from Mr. No Legs, so they got the Pleasant Valley Boys. I got the feeling the extras here were paid in nothing but delicious s'mores. And with that barbecue going, don't tell anyone here you're a vegetarian. They'll kill you even sooner. Unfortunately, I don't think Johnny Boy cares that his wife is missing.
Oh, what you got in this? Mule? It's a mule kick. Ugh.
It's Hairspray and Crisco. Tom figures it best they take their chances in the woods. It's where the answers are. Apparently, Pleasant Valley practices a blood vengeance because in 1865, Union soldiers killed everyone in the town. I'll never forgive General Grant for signing off on the killing of the Pleasant Valley boys. Even with these jolly festivities, the yokels are more interested in the horse races.
Oh, forget it. Let's get back to the horse race. All right.
It is a nice night for a walk, though. Okay, am I supposed to wait here or something? We don't take kindly to being late on your cue around these parts. And we also don't take kindly to not holding your liquor and throwing up on the barbecue. Don't worry, we'll sober you right up. This is exactly how John Wayne cured his hangovers.
Ah, get up here!
No!
There, that fixed his headache. This calls for some more singing, even if it's a little awkward with the body parts here.
You stupid Yank.
And yes, the music does continue on into the morning. That's just the rooster. He's great at the banjo. Just like in Say Anything, if Lloyd Dobler wooed Diane Court with a bag of Crystal sliders. Did someone say complimentary breakfast? We got eggs, sausage, hot sauce, and ladyfingers. But they are starting to suspect this place a little.
Then how about, Mr. White?
In this town, you'll have to be more specific about which Mr. White you mean. And I would rather these two not make my breakfast. They're like Gomer Pyle and Torgo crossbred with a potbelly pig. After walking through the 7th Confederate flag store in town, y'all ever heard of wife swapping? I make a casserole, you make a casserole, then we swap 'em and put our dicks in 'em. These northerners sure are easy to fool. Yeah, sure, I'll take part in your centennial celebration where I go off alone with you for something called the barrel roll. That barrel isn't the only untrustworthy looking thing here.
Yes, sir. Show this little old Yankee boy this barrel roll jam.
Mr. Mayor, you're possessed by Satan again. Why, of course I'll crawl through the barrel like you asked. I sure hope you don't roll it down a hill if I crawl through it. And if you hammer nails in it, at least let me get out first. That'll really hurt if it starts rolling. Naturally, the movie inspired a lot of things that came after it, most notably that Confederate son of a bitch Donkey Kong. And where's Tom? He should be up by now.
Morning, Mr. White.
Ooh, the hotel gave him a complimentary Jerry Reed. I do like the ongoing joke about how these two aren't a couple and that he's simply hitchhiking, even though William Kerwin and Connie Mason were married in real life. It was taking a baseball bat to the hotel employees that brought them together. I think these two may get away, but you never know with a Herschell movie. They still got a lot of fake blood to use. Not to mention the pool of diarrhea from the barbecue outhouses. See, if this were the town from Dead and Buried, you'd be back in no time. Sure, the odds are we could walk around the pond, but then I wouldn't be turned on by this centerfold leg shot. And is anyone gonna actually win anything at this centennial? She got a rock. Again, we just need to lay you under this giant rock. What's the harm in that? You're the guest of honor.
I don't like this.
Get that, folks. She's the guest of honor.
But I don't want to be a guest of honor.
This ain't even the only violent journey actress Yvonne Gilbert went on. She's literally in a movie called Violent Journey. I was wondering how some of these scenes were explained to the townsfolk who were extras, but again, they do seem to be having a great time acting in this, or just delightfully confused. What are them crazies from Hollyweird gonna do next? Always dropping rocks on girls. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a box cover. But of course, if it's violent death you want, that's why we've got Lloyd here to help.
And now it's time for Lloyd's Out of Context 911 Lone Star Clip of the Week.
He shoots! He scores!
And I'm sad again, cause next week is a repeat.
Anyway, honey, I know the elephant ear place has to be around somewhere. Hey, kid, you don't mind if I say something weird, do you?
You like candy?
Sure do. Got any?
Why, yes, I got a whole big box for you and the rest of the kids.
Figures this would be a town that looks the other way with stranger danger. And don't trust that Dennis the Menace is gonna help you get out of here, lest you forget when he sent Mr. Wilson down a hill in a barrel with nails in it. But the townsfolk are made aware of Tom and Terry trying to escape, I think.
They gotta run!
What?
They talked to me and they gotta run!
Do you mind saying that again? I don't speak moonshine. Speaking of moonshine, I know a couple people who've had one too many. Why else would this situation be turning them on? Now this could be because the yokels know where they are, or they heard there's some freaks at the carnival and we gotta go chasing the Elephant Man. Shouldn't be too hard to get away. They look like you could escape from them by simply jumping a ramp or a hay truck in the middle of the road. But there's one thing you can't escape from. The soundtrack that attaches itself to you like a virus. No, you're going too slow. Burt Reynolds would be going 200 miles an hour and leave them in the dust. Plus, it's best you leave the kid behind. He will definitely put firecrackers in your nose as you sleep.
Y'all big liars! Didn't even get my candy!
Yes, if there's one thing you need more of, it's sugar. Don't worry, Southern Bob. We'll get you back to town and give you all the soda pop, gummies, and Billy beer you want. Hell, the town didn't do too bad at the Centennial this year, even if the boy didn't get his candy.
You should have got your rear end can for what you did.
Luckily, murdering Southern Bob will satisfy their bloodlust. Not like the police are gonna shut them down.
If you ain't drunk, then you ain't got a thing in the world to worry about.
I trust the help of anyone who uses the word "iffin." But we don't take kindly to Shyamalan twists around these parts. Here's where we find out Pleasant Valley hasn't existed in 100 years. Then explain his autographed record from the Pleasant Valley Boys. Officer, you don't understand. This is the very spot where there were dropped frames in the hotel. I guess The Rock was right. The Union Army wiped out the whole town. So they can't accuse this rock of being a no-good liar. Wait, it's disappearing? Did The Rock also die? And don't think that it's over yet. Our hero's got a parting gift after all.
Billy left it in the car. Souvenir.
Just throw that away. No one's gonna get into your car with that. Hell, I'm not even sure their troubles are over.
I don't want you out of my sight. And after all the trouble I've been in, I'm afraid to let you out of my sight.
Because it's a stalker film now. Jesus, the movie's not finished yet. We need more scenes of these two talking about their britches. And including more of the movie's extreme budget of dissolve effects and the second twist. It is the town from Dead and Buried. Y'all don't come back now, you hear?
And they'll quake in fear to hear this rebel yell. Yeah!
This song, Rebel Yell, is even better than the Billy Idol cover version. The movie is still very friendly. Why, yes, I have seen all of these actors. How did you know I didn't just simply watch the end credits? And you don't need me to tell you that this movie is entertaining as hell, largely considered to be one of Herschell's best. It was even his own personal favorite of his movies. I'm also not surprised that in the year this came out, 1964, he also did a movie called Moonshine Mountain. Makes sense. While not being a hit with critics, of course, the movie was a hit in the Southern drive-in circuit, and even went so far as to inspire other films, such as John Waters' multiple Maniacs, and you can even see a little Texas Chainsaw Massacre in its barbecue recipe. It even inspired the name of the band, 10,000 Maniacs, and is such a cult film with a devoted audience that in 2005 it got the remake-able treatment with 2001 Maniacs starring Robert Englund. Like in the best Herschell movies, you're gonna get plenty of 60s fashion with the brightest blood you can find. His movies are like a Look magazine if you spilled ketchup on it from the dinner table. The deaths are crazy and over the top. The side characters are even crazier and chewing up scenery like tobacco. That this movie belongs in every household with a good exploitation movie collection. But one big box calls for another, as we now must go to the Tox box to pick our choices for next week's Cinema Snob. Alright, choice number 1, Sorority House Massacre. Didn't you learn your lesson at the Slumber Party Massacre? And let's see. The house on Sorority Row. Whoever wins this poll, the sorority house loses. And The Hills Have Eyes. Something tells me those villains would get along great with the villains from 2000 Maniacs. Plus the throwaway melodrama choice with Something Short of Paradise. You can make your choice now over at our Patreon by clicking on the links or going to patreon.com/thecinemasnob. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a lot more tapes I gotta look through.
This is fun.
Oh, the South's gonna rise again.